And we are following breaking news as we come on the air tonight. A police officer has died after being shot in the parking lot of a Mesquite grocery store. What we know right now is shots were fired in the Albertsons parking lot on the city's south side. If you're not familiar, that's very close to Balch Springs. Now, this is video from the scene earlier. You can see that heavy police presence as investigators work to find out how and why this happened. The Mesquite police chief announced the sad and tragic news a short time ago and understandably was very emotional.
This was a senseless act of violence that ripped a loving father and husband from his family.
Police Chief David Gill, of course, this is a heartbreaking night for Mesquite police. They did not release the police officer's name, but again, we know he was a father, a husband, and a 21-year veteran of the force. Our Damon Fernandez is standing by with an update on the investigation. We will hear from him in just a few minutes, but we begin with Morgan Young at Baylor Scott & White, a level 1 trauma hospital, where doctors and nurses did everything they could to save that officer. Morgan, this is something no family, no police force, no community ever wants to go through.
Well, Izzy, absolutely, and you can feel that energy here. It is so solemn, and I want to step aside so you can see what's happening here now. There are so many officers out here, and they seem to be lining up here. We're waiting for a procession here tonight, but there have been dozens of officers here at the hospital coming and going all afternoon, and this is really what you see anytime an officer is injured in the line of duty. And, you know, I was speaking to Dallas Police Chief Eddie Garcia earlier about the show of solidarity, and we'll talk about that in just a moment, but we do have more details now at 6. We know, according to Mesquite Police Chief David Gill, that the officer involved in this shooting responded to a disturbance call. That officer and suspect exchanged gunfire. The officer was shot twice, the suspect shot once. Both were brought here to this hospital in critical condition. We know now that that officer passed away. Chief Gill said that the suspect is still critical. The department does not have a lot of details on how that suspect is doing. And like you just heard, Chief Gill got very emotional, very choked up when he was talking this evening with us. He didn't take any questions. And like I was saying, you know, anytime something like this happens, the energy in the air is just so heavy. You see this family that comes together, and you just can feel how sad and fallen the energy is here. And I spoke with Chief Garcia, and he was saying that Dallas police are going to come alongside Mesquite police. They're going to help answer their calls and serve their communities. And he said that they just need to focus on coming together as a family. Here's a bit of what he had to say this evening.
The last thing that department needs to worry about while they mourn for their fallen brother is coverage of their city. I'm sure other departments will be right there along with us to help them to ensure that tonight, they concentrate on what they need to concentrate on, and that's the passing of their fallen brother. So that, along with all the other needs that will come about this, we're there to help.
We still do not have an identity for the officer who was killed today. Chief Gill says we'll likely have more information this weekend, but again, just a really sad day. Like Izzy said, it's something that, you know, officers know can happen, but they just really hope it never does. And when it does, it affects the entire community. Now I want to send it over to Damon Fernandez, who's actually in Mesquite at the scene where that incident happened earlier today. Damon.
Hey there, Morgan. Yeah, tough night for sure. You know, investigators just wrapped up the crime scene outside this Albertsons grocery store just a few moments ago. Several customers heading inside tonight described a variety of emotions, from fear to frustration to sadness, all over that senseless shooting that happened out here in this parking lot. Now, in the past hour, the community received confirmation a Mesquite police officer was killed in the line of duty. Now, that chaos happened as officers were dispatched to this area over a disturbance call around 1:40 this afternoon. Now, police say that 21-year veteran officer was shot and a male suspect was shot. The unidentified man, as Morgan said, remains in critical condition at this time. Now, police had about 1/3 this grocery store parking lot blocked off this afternoon as they removed several vehicles and processed the scene for evidence. There are still questions remaining about the nature of that disturbance call. Now, the shooting again remains under investigation. I can tell you that messages of prayer and support are coming into the Mesquite Police Department from law enforcement agencies across the country. We'll stay on top of this for more developments. In Mesquite, I'm Damon Fernandez.